Another attempt will be made to evacuate civilians from Mariupol. According to city administration information, they managed to agree with the invaders on a silent period from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. 3 gathering points have been set up in the city where buses will be awaiting for them. It is also possible to leave Mariupol by own car moving in a column of municipal transport. Representatives of Red Cross will lead the evacuation column. This is the second attempt to organize a green corridor from the city. The day before, the Russian invaders did not keep the silence, did not stop shooting, and disrupted the evacuation. The invaders are shelling civilians trying to leave Irpin, Kyiv region. People try to get out on foot over the blown-up bridge, but they are attacked with gunfire. According to TSN journalists, at least half a dozen mortar shells were fired with the intervals of 2 to 3 minutes in the morning. One of the bombs fell where the people were. They had already crossed the pass by that time. 4 people died, including 2 children. The day before, Russian invaders blew up one of the railroad tracks, causing 2 cars of the evacuation train that was supposed to pick up people from Irpin to the rail. Consequently, only buses or cars can leave the half-destroyed city. Russian troops continue shelling residential areas of Bucha, the Kyiv region, according to the press service of the Bucha City Council. People left without electricity, heating, internet connection, and mobile services for several days now. The enemy continues to shell houses and cars, kill civilians and even children, and rob stores. It is impossible to deliver humanitarian supplies. The city is under siege by the enemy. The city council receives about 1,000 messages a day asking for food and water. In general, the area around Kyiv has been subjected to widespread destruction by Russian troops in recent days. The invaders bombed Bucha, Irpin, Gostomel, Borodyanka, Vasilkiv, and Vorzel with missiles. Ukraine asks NATO to close the sky in order to save lives of civilians.
Europe is on the brim of a new nuclear catastrophe. This is Enerhodar city in Ukraine. The largest in Europe nuclear power plant is located here. Unarmed residents of the city came out to prevent the Russian occupiers from seizing the nuclear power plant. They understand that any damage to the plant will cause an environmental catastrophe, the next Chernobyl or Fukushima. It is no longer a Ukrainian issue. It is a possible threat for the whole of Europe and even the world. For the first time in war history, the Russian army has deliberately attacked a nuclear power plant. It is definitely an act of state terrorism. Even if the concrete walls of the plant will deter the impact, its transformers and turbines are defenseless against mortars and tanks. If they are damaged, there will be a leak of a radiation cloud, and only the wind knows where this cloud goes. Ukrainians defend their land courageously, but their strength is limited. The Russian army acts like terrorists, shelling hospitals, maternity wards, kindergartens, and civil neighborhoods. Putin's army will stop at nothing, even if it means a nuclear disaster. We live in a global world. There are no walls of sanctions or money that will protect you from this disaster. The larger ecosystem of the region covers not only the Black Sea and multiple rivers that run through Ukraine, but also dozens of European countries that are less than 1,000 kilometers away. The outcomes of the possible tragedy will be catastrophic. They will last for decades and cost trillions of euros to overcome. While every Ukrainian is defending Europe with their bare hands from Putin's evil intentions, what does the world do? Europe and Ukraine's allies must act as decisively as the Ukrainian people. Protecting and closing the Ukrainian sky is the #1 task to avoid this catastrophe, because radiation has no nationality and stops at no borders.